Winnie, did you know that children spend more than twice as much time at home as in school?
No.
Did you also know that if Michelle starts kindergarten at the age of 4, she would have already spent 17,500 waking hours at home with you already?
No.
And once she starts school, do you know how much time does she actually spend in school? Let's see. How many days of summer?
Around 60 days.
Exactly, 60 days. How many days of winter and New Year?
15.
Exactly, about 15 days. How many public holidays?
So 20 to 25.
25 public holidays, that's right.
Right.
And how many weekends in a year?
52 times 2 is 104.
Of course, exactly, 104. Some of them we've already counted in the holidays. So we count 50 weekends at least. You know, that's 150 holidays in a year. 5 months at home with you. Did you realize that?
No.
Not great, is it?
No.
Moreover, do you know how many kids are there in a class?
40?
Yeah, about 40 kids. And how many minutes for each class?
35 minutes.
Yes, about 35-40 minutes. So on an average, how many minutes of individual attention can each child get in one class?
About a minute.
Exactly, about a minute. How many classes in a day?
8.
About 8 classes. So that means, on an average, Michelle can only get 8 minutes of individual attention in school per day. Not ideal, is it?
No.
Considering all of that, Winnie, your home becomes Michelle's most important place of learning, and you her most important teacher, don't you? Big responsibility, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Winnie, should children be reading or learning all the time? Of course not. They need a balanced program that takes care of their physical, mental, and emotional needs, right?
Yes.
But if you left them on their own, how much time do you think Michelle and Johnny would spend watching TV, playing computer games, or in front of the computer?
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Wouldn't you like them to spend more time on physical activities, some more time on art, some reading, some writing?
Absolutely, yes. Yes.
They can't always make the best choices for themselves.
No.
Isn't it then our responsibility as parents to provide them with an environment that takes care of their total development?
Yes.
One more reason why good schooling alone is not enough is because school alone cannot prepare Michelle for an increasingly competitive world. Can it? Do you know what happens when Michelle finishes school and wants to go to college? Suppose she wants to study medicine. Where will she apply?
The University of Hong Kong.
The University of Hong Kong, of course. Do you have any idea how many students apply for admission in the University of Hong Kong every year?
No.
More than 6,000. And only about 350 get admission. That's a very tough competition, isn't it?
Yeah.
You see, instead of 40 kids, suddenly Michelle has to compete with thousands of children. Do you think we should prepare her for that now or wait?
Now, absolutely.
Of course. Suppose she does get admission in the University of Hong Kong and becomes a doctor. Then what happens? There are more than 200,000 doctors in Hong Kong.
Yes.
Are they all successful?
No.
That means there must be something more than college and school education that makes people successful.
Yes.
Winnie, Part of the answer is in this study, which shows the attributes of successful people. What do successful people have that makes them successful? They have job skills, skills for a particular job. They have analytical skills, creative thinking, reasoning, decision making. They have social skills, interacting with, managing and motivating others. They have certain attitudes like discipline, willpower, ambition. And they have values like integrity, honesty, respect and tolerance. I'm sure you know, Winnie, that most of these are not formally taught in schools and colleges.
No.
So where will Michelle learn these from?
Home.
At home, of course. Winnie, have you heard about multiple intelligence?
No.
Dr. Gardner of Harvard University came up with this theory in the early 80s. He said that there are 7 intelligences, 7 different kinds of intelligences, and you need to have one or more of them to become successful in different fields. All right? First one is linguistic. You need this to become a writer, poet or a lawyer. Then there's logical, mathematical. Scientists and mathematicians have that. Then there's musical, to become musician, entertainer or singer. Then there is spatial, to do with spaces. You need this to become an architect, a photographer or a painter. Then there's kinesthetic intelligence. Athletes and dancers have that. Then there's interpersonal. You need this to become a counselor, a teacher or a salesperson. Then there is intrapersonal, which has to do with the understanding of ourselves, our feelings, our fears, our motivation. Now Winnie, the school curriculum mostly focuses on linguistic and mathematical intelligence. The rest of Michelle's intelligences therefore have to be developed at home. Exactly. So in summary, what have we established so far? First of all, early years are critical and kindergarten is too late. Then reading habits are important and they need to be developed early and at home. Then we established that Michelle has a lot of free time which can be utilized more productively, right? And finally, now is the time to prepare Michelle for the competition she's going to face in the future, right?
Yes.